Hello, Gemini, Sun Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Gemini, today we're going to focus on your past, present, as well as your future, and a few other things. So, let's get started. So far, we do have the Seven of Wands out here for the past energy. Your current energy, though, Gemini, is the Knight of Pentacles. And then in the near future, we do have the Six of Swords. Your challenge is the Eight of Pentacles. And then your overall advice is the Five of Wands. This to me kind of feels like an energy of somebody trying to stop you. From what? I don't know. But I feel like somebody's trying to stop you. And I feel like Spirit's trying to give you like a little bit of a heads up, fair warning. Like, hey, don't let this person stop you. Don't let this person stop you. Don't let this person stop you. From what? I don't know though. But let's look at the Seven of Wands. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands for Gemini, Sun Rising, and Venus. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands for Gemini, Sun Rising, and Venus. Okay. We have the, okay, I like this. We have the Hermit, we have the Sun, and then we also have the Four of Pentacles. This to me kind of feels like an energy of you finally deciding to put yourself first. I feel like you've been putting somebody else before yourself for quite some time now. Yeah. And this to me kind of feels like an energy of you finally deciding, you know what? I'm putting myself first. I'm putting myself first and my happiness first. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Lovers, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you've been putting somebody before yourself. Like you've been putting somebody else's happiness before your own. You've been putting somebody else before yourself is basically what I'm getting. And it's somebody that you're romantically involved with, that you've been doing this with, as far as like putting themselves first. As far as putting their happiness. Okay. This to me kind of feels like one of those situations where it's like what's going to make you happy is not going to make them happy. What's going to make them happy is not going to make you happy. There's something about this relationship that just doesn't bring that sense of happiness and joy that you truly want and desire in your life. Now, it's interesting because even though this relationship might not bring that emotional satisfaction that you were hoping it essentially would, their relationship with you actually provides that to them. It just doesn't provide that to you for whatever reason. What's going to make this person happy at the end of the day is being with you, but I feel like it's the complete opposite though for you. I feel like what's going to make you happy is not being with them. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, and then we also have the Temperance card. Okay. Okay, so as far as like your current energy is concerned, this is kind of like going back to what I just said. It's like what's going to make you happy is not being with them. What's going to make them happy is being with you. Now, this is you finally falling into this energy of I need to do what's going to make me happy at the end of the day. And what's going to make you happy at the end of the day is not being with this person anymore. You know, you're very determined, I would say, to free yourself from this entire situation. But with the Knight of Pentacles coming out here, that's the slowest moving knight out of all of the knights. So okay, I feel like it's going to take you time to free yourself from this entire situation. For whatever reason, I am definitely getting it's going to take you time to free yourself from this particular person. I'm not entirely sure why it's going to take you time, but I feel like it is going to take you some time before you like officially leave them, before you officially free yourself from them. I'm just not entirely sure why it's going to take you some time. I mean, you know, this could be a simple case of you needing to get certain things in order before you do pull the plug. You know, it could be that simple, but let's look at this Eight of Pentacles energy. Tell me more about the Eight of Pentacles for Gemini, Sun Rising, and Venus. I see. You're going to have a very difficult time seeing this ending through between you and this person. And here's why. I feel like as you're on this like journey of, you know, trying to do whatever it is that you can on your end to free yourself from this marriage and a relationship that you share with this person. Things are going to happen within this relationship between you and this person that's going to cause you to want to stay with them. Well, look at them. Like, you know, they just, I don't know, like they just, I'm trying to think of something. They just cooked me dinner. Look at that. Like, oh man, like this person really loves me. They really do care. And oh, look, they just bought me this. And oh, look, they just bought me that. And oh, look, they just, you know, they just decided to run my errands, you know, for me so that way I could be at home and just, you know, relax and not have to worry about running errands because they're going to do it for me. Like it has that type of feel to it where it's like something's happening within this relationship that's causing you to fall into this energy of I'm not happy here, I need to get out. And it's like the moment that you start focusing on getting out, something happens right within this relationship. They do something on their end that causes you to want to stay because, oh look, you know what I mean, look, they just cooked me dinner, or look, they just ran my errands for me so I could just be at home chilling, relaxing, and not having to worry about running errands because they're going to take care of it for me. Like, so that's going to be your biggest challenge, I guess, as far as like officially pulling the plug on this relationship is concerned, because I feel like they are going to do certain things on their end that's going to cause you to want to continue to stay with them. That's going to cause you to want to continue to make this work. So that is your biggest challenge, my friend. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. I just keep getting this energy of don't let them stop you, don't let them stop you, don't let them stop you. You know, I heard my mom say this to somebody one time, and it kind of stuck to me ever since. It sounds way better in Spanish than it does in English, just saying, but I'm going to say it in English, okay? All the good that this person does within this dynamic that they share with you, they turn around and they destroy it with their feet, okay? It's basically what I'm getting. This person gives you 99 reasons to stay, but they also give you 99 reasons to leave. And that's the problem, is that they give you reasons to stay, but they also give you a boatload of reasons to leave. Yeah, that saying, man, it goes so well with your reading. I heard my mom say that one time. I was like, what? Yeah, all the good that they do, they turn around and they destroy with their feet. That's what this person does. That's what this person does. They give you 99 reasons to get up and go. They give you 99 reasons to get up and go. This person, this person brings confusion into your life. This person makes you think things that you don't want to think about in regards to them. Like, how do I say this? Like, this person makes you think, you know, that at times, like, they're up to no good. This person makes you think at times that, you know, like, they're hiding things from you. They're keeping things from you, you know, things of that nature. All the good that they do with their hands, man, they just turn around and destroy with their feet. You know what I mean? As far as, like, your overall advice is concerned, trust what you see. 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 Keep getting that. Trust what you see. Trust what you see. Tell me more about the Hangman. We have the Nine of Swords. We got the Ace of Wands. And then we also have the Death card. The bottom of the deck, we do have the World. We also have the King of Swords to the King of Wands to the Star. We also have the Ten of Cups to the Three of Cups to the Devil to the Ace of Cups. I really want to like explain to you why this person is the way that they are. I know that it's going to sound like I'm justifying their behavior, but I'm not trying to justify their behavior. I'm just telling you what it is that I'm seeing, but it's going to come off as if I'm justifying this person's behavior. Let's just start off with the fact that you're dealing with a King of Wands like energy. Let's just start off with that energy. Let's just start there. A King of Wands is you know, somebody who at times finds themselves desiring to have love and in a relationship in their life. The problem that the King of Wands typically faces as they're on this journey, you know, towards pursuing and establishing the life that they want with the person they want to be with, has a lot to do with their level of immaturity. Is basically what I'm getting. I think that this person does stupid things within this dynamic that they basically share with you. I think that at times this person can be very, very immature. But I also think that this person lacks what it is that it takes to create, but also to sustain a relationship. A King of Wands is, gosh, I'm trying to explain them to the best of my ability. A King of Wands is somebody who typically has a hard time building and establishing the relationship that they truly want and desire with a particular person because of their lack of experience when it comes down to, you know, a relationship. It also has a lot to do with their level of immaturity. You know, it goes hand in hand, to be honest. And this is kind of why a King of Wands typically has a very difficult time creating and establishing the relationship they truly want and desire with a person, because of just their lack of, you know, immaturity and their lack of experience when it comes down to creating but sustaining a relationship. I think it's safe to say you don't fully trust this person. Has this person given you reasons to not trust them? From the looks of it, it looks like they have given you reasons to not trust them. And because this person has given you reasons to not trust them, it makes you think that this person is capable of doing far worse than they've already done, if that makes sense. And that creates a level of worry and concern in your mind, because the things that this person has revealed to you that they are actually capable of doing causes you to think, well, shit, if they're capable of doing X, Y, and Z, then they're definitely capable of doing this and this and this to me. Let's just say, for perfect example, this person tends to like lie to you about like the smallest fucking things, right? In your mind, you might think, well, shit, if they lied to me about the smallest things, they'll lie to me about the big things. You know what I mean? Which you have every right to basically think and believe that. Every right to think and believe that. But I feel like that's the problem. That's the problem with this person, is that they don't fully understand. And again, this is not me justifying their behavior or anything like that. I'm going to sit here and say that everything that they've been doing within this dynamic that they share with you, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is all their fault, just because of the simple fact that they just lack experience when it comes down to what it truly takes to create and sustain a relationship with someone. They lack the experience, they lack the knowledge, they lack the wisdom, and they lack the level of maturity that they need. They lack all of these things. And technically speaking, this is not really their fault. You know what I mean? I think that this person just needs a little bit more experience, wisdom, and knowledge when it comes down to acquiring a long-term committed relationship with someone, and what it actually takes in order to do that. Like, this is that type of person that fails to realize that trust within a relationship is very important. They kind of fail to realize that. It's basically what I'm getting, hence why you probably don't trust this person. Because for one, it's like, not only do they not understand that and realize that trust is everything within a relationship, they don't really know how to actually gain a person's trust just yet. They just don't, and it has a lot to do with their level of immaturity. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not trying to justify this person's behavior or anything like that. I mean, I could tell, you know what I mean? I could tell that, you know, this person loves you. I could tell this person wants to be with you. I can tell that, you know, this relationship is very special to them. And I can also tell that, you know, no one compares to you. I can tell. It's here. I can tell. The problem is that their actions cause you to basically think that that's just simply not the case, which I understand why you would basically think that. I just feel like this person does stupid shit, I'm sorry, within this dynamic that they share with you, that causes you to think and believe that they're not really serious about you, they don't really love you, they don't really care about you. I want to look a little bit more into this really quickly here, because I just want to see something. I want to look at the Seven of Swords. A King of Wands is just somebody who just doesn't know better in a relationship. Like, they just don't know better. Like this is that type of person, you know what I mean, that will make mistake after mistake, poor decision after poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. In relationships, that's just how they roll. Like a king of pentacles is like the polar opposite of this. Like a king of pentacles is somebody who has enough life experience, who has enough wisdom, knowledge to know how to show up within a relationship, unlike a king of wands. A king of wands just lacks that experience, that knowledge, that wisdom, when it comes down to being in a relationship with someone. And this is typically why, you know, when somebody gets involved, you know, with them, you know, people tend to find themselves finding it extremely hard to trust them. You know, people often think, you know, to themselves, man, maybe this person's not as serious about me as I thought they were. Like, so what you're experiencing with this person is very similar to what somebody else experienced basically with them. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Doom 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 doom. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Sun. Okay, we also have the King of Swords, we got the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Nine of Pentacles. See, I get it, you know, I'm pretty sure this is like a grown man or a grown woman that we're talking about here. When you look at this person, you automatically think to yourself, well, you know, they should just know better. They should just know the difference between right and wrong, right? That they should know better. The thing is that they don't. And this is not me justifying their behavior or anything like that. They just don't know any better. They just don't know any better. They just don't know any better. They just don't. They just don't. I do feel like this person, I do feel like this person tends to make a lot of poor decisions within this dynamic that they basically share with you, which causes you to feel the way that you feel within this dynamic that you basically share with them. They just don't know any better. They just don't know any better. Now, do I think that this person has the ability to learn from their mistakes and improve and change the things that they need to change about themselves? Absolutely. And here's another thing too. The things that you say to this person, okay, let's go there. The things that you say, well, let me say it like this. The things that you complain about this person that they do within this dynamic that they share with you is something that somebody else complained about as well. You know, for some of you, you might feel like you can't really rely or depend on this person. Well, somebody else told them, well, I just feel like I can't really rely or depend on you. Let's just say you don't trust this person for whatever reason, okay? Somebody else basically said the same thing. Well, I just feel like I can't trust you. You know what I mean? The same things you complain about are the same things somebody else basically complained about when they were basically dealing with them. And to be honest, you know, granted, is this a grown man or a grown woman that we're talking about here? More than likely, yes. And of course, when you look at them, you're over here thinking to yourself, well, I mean, Jesus, this person should know better, right? Right? And you're right. You know what I mean? They definitely should, but they don't. And I'm not going to sit here and say that they do. They don't know any better. They just don't know any better. You know, this is kind of like, this person kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, like, even though they're not, but they kind of remind me of like a teenager. Yeah, basically. This is like the best example I can give you. Like they kind of remind me of like a teenager. You know how teenagers are, you know, they just make some dumbass decisions in life, you know what I mean? And you're just like, what the fuck, you know? But that's like the best way that I can describe them. It's kind of like a teenager, you know, somebody who's just out here making a lot of poor fucking decisions in life because they just don't know better. Like they don't have enough life experience. Like they just don't. They don't have enough life experience, you know what I mean? We can't expect teenagers to create and establish a sustainable relationship with absolutely anybody because they're kids. They don't fucking know better, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's the best way I can describe them. It's just like, you know, they act like a teenager. Like they just don't really know any better. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to justify this person's behavior or anything like that. But if a person literally doesn't know any better, I'm just going to say it straight up. They just don't know any better. Is it your job / responsibility to like raise this one and mold them into being the man or the woman that you want them to be? Fuck no, it's not your responsibility. Absolutely not. It's not your job. It's not your responsibility. It's not. It truly isn't. And you don't have to continue to make it your responsibility. You don't. You definitely don't. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you continue to remain with this person, expect them to continue to make these poor ass decisions until they wake up and, realize, oh, this is really shouldn't be this way. I really shouldn't be doing this. And that takes time. It takes time. This is not going to be an overnight, thing, coming from this person. It's going to take some time for this person to grow up. It's going to take some time for this person to mature. It's going to take this person some time to realize, okay, wait a minute, like, I need to stop doing this. I need to actually start doing this, because if I want a sustainable relationship, I have to be like X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Because the way that they are as a person, even though they don't know better, but the way that they are as a person causes people to not want to continue to be with them or pursue a life with them. Like I said, the same way you feel is the same way somebody else felt when they were basically dealing with this person. So I think that it's safe to say that it's just something that they need to kind of work on. But anyways, in the near future, we do have the Six of Swords. So let's see what's going on there. Okay, we got the Eight of Wands, we got the Nine of Wands, and then we also have the Eight of Cups. Let's focus on this Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands energy. That creates an Ace of Wands at play, which basically speaks of our own personal wants and desires, okay? At the end of the day, I think that you have a rough idea of what you truly want and desire within a person, which they just so happen to lack. It doesn't appear to me that you're in the business to try to change anybody or, build a man or build a woman. It kind of looks like you're not in the business for all of that. You just want a man to come correct the first time, or a woman to come correct the first time. You just want a man and or a woman to show up in your life and just be who you basically want them to be. You don't want to have to sit here and, mold a man or mold a woman into being who you want them to be. You just don't want to waste your time doing all of that, which is totally understandable. I get it. Now, I do see you in the future eventually walking away from this relationship, and it's stemming from a place of you essentially feeling like you're not going to ever get you're never going to be able to get what you truly want and desire out of them or your relationship with them. Now, I do see you walking away from this person. Now, it's not stemming from a place of I want to walk away from this person. It's stemming from a place of I have to walk away from this person because I'm never going to get what I want from them. I'm never going to get what I want from them, and I'm never going to have the relationship that I want with them. And this is why you will eventually walk away from this person. How is this person going to respond and react to all of this? We have the Two of Pentacles, we got the Tower, and then we also have the Justice card. I actually see them falling into this energy of, I have to make this work, I have to make this work, I have to fix this, I have to fix this, I have to make this right, I have to make this right, can't lose them. Like, it has that type of feel to it. Tell me more about the Tower. Okay, we got the Knight of Wands, we got the Three of Pentacles, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're falling into this energy of I have to run after them. I have to make this work. I have to make this right. What could Gemini anticipate and or expect from this person moving forward? Okay, we got the King of Pentacles to the Strength card, and then we also have the Two of Wands. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I get why you wouldn't go for it too. But that's okay. I do feel like when you do reach this point of, you know what, I gotta go. I gotta walk away from this because they're never gonna be the man that I need them to be. They're never gonna be the woman that I need them to be. I gotta go. Gotta get out of here. I don't want to, but I gotta go. I do see reality starting to kind of hit this person, and it's hitting them fucking hard. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the energy that they're sensing and picking up from you. When you reach this energy of, I need to get out. I need to get out and I need to walk away from this because they're never going to be the man that I need them to be. They're never going to be the woman that I need them to be. They're going to feel how done you are with them. It's going to scare the shit out of them. It's basically what I'm getting, which is kind of making me feel like this person more than likely thought that you were just so madly in love with them that you would never find the strength and the courage within yourself to get up and actually leave them. But the fact that we do see you finding the strength and the courage, my friend, within yourself to up and leave them is going to rock this person's fucking world. Cannot emphasize that enough. And I see this overall energy coming over them. It's like an energy of something telling them, like one of their spirit guides, right? You got to get up. You got to get up and you got to run after them because you're never going to see them again. You got to get up and you got to run after them and you got to make this right because you're never going to see them again. You're never going to see them again. Like that's kind of what I keep getting. It's like I could just picture somebody just sitting there and like, gosh, how do I explain it? Because I feel like that's what they're gonna like find themselves kind of going through. It's like I could just picture somebody just sitting down and like there's like these like two people like in this person's ear, like you got to go make this work, you got to go fix this, you got to run after them because if you don't you're never going to see them again, so you better go after them. Like it has that type of feel, which I feel like it's more than likely like their guides that are like in this person's ear telling them you got to go fix this, because if you don't you're never going to fucking see them again, like it has that type of feel to it. Not only that, but I actually see this person changing, like for real. I actually see this person changing. The problem is that because of your history with this person, it's going to cause you to feel like, nah, this person's never going to change. They're never going to change. They never did back then. So what makes me think that they are going to, change this time around? Matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to take my chances. I'm just going to keep walking away from this. And you know what? If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'm just going to have to live with that. But this time around, no, I'm walking away for good. It's interesting because the moment that you eventually decide to walk away for good is the moment that I actually see them changing for good. The problem is that you're not going to trust it. And I understand why you wouldn't even trust it to begin with. I completely understand why you wouldn't. But that's the unfortunate part of this entire ending, is that the moment that you do decide that's it, I'm done, I'm walking away, I actually see this person changing for real, and you're not gonna feel like this person's gonna change for real because of your history with them. Your history with this person has shown to you on multiple different occasions that they're not gonna change. It's like you've been on a fucking roller coaster ride with this one over here. It's like when things are looking up, but when things are just fucking looking down, things are looking fucking down. You know what I mean? I feel like you've been on a roller coaster ride with this person. It's like, things, get to a point where things are really good, things are exciting, then boom, they do something to rain on your damn parade, by their actions, by their poor ass decisions and stuff like that. And then boom, you guys go right back up again and everything's good and everything's great. And then boom, they do something else. You know what I mean? To steal you of your happiness, steal you of your joy, and it's because they don't fucking know better. They don't know better. They just don't know better. They don't know better. I'm sorry. They just don't know better. And I'm not saying, oh, Gemini, give them a break. They just don't have enough life experience. They're just not as mature as you are. Give them a break. I'm not saying that. Hell no. I'm not saying giving this person a break. I'm just telling you that this is what it is. They just don't know better. They don't know better. This is why they make poor ass decisions. This is why they do the things that they do, because they just don't know better. They don't fully understand, let alone grasp, that trust is everything within a relationship. Communication's everything within a relationship. Loyalty is everything within a relationship. They just don't grasp that concept yet because they are immature and because they just don't have enough life experience. That's like expecting a teenager to know, how they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to act, what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do to create and sustain a relationship with someone. Come on, let's just be for real. Now we're asking a little too much, you know what I mean? And I'm not, again, it's like, that's the best way that I can describe them, is like a teenager, you know what I mean? I don't know if you have any nieces or nephews or whatever the case may be, family members that are like in their teenage years, if you were to sit down and talk to because listen, I have a bunch of nieces and a bunch of nephews, and they're all freaking teenagers. When I sit down and listen to the things that they go through in relationships, I'm just like, okay, yeah. You could just, they don't know better. They don't know better. They're kids. What the hell do they know? They don't know better. They think they know everything. That's the crazy part. They think they know everything when it comes down to love and how to create the perfect relationship, sustain the perfect, and they don't. They really don't, and that's okay. Like, they're kids, they're learning, you know what I mean? Same applies for your human being over here. They're learning, you know what I mean, what it takes to create and sustain a relationship. They're learning that trust is everything. They're learning communication is everything. They're learning how they need to show up within this dynamic that they share with you. They're learning all of these things. And as they're on this journey of learning what it takes to be in a relationship, you're losing freaking patience because you're not in the business to try to change anybody or mold anybody or build a man or build a woman. You're not here for all that shit. You know, you're the type of person that you just want a man to come into your life and just be, you know, exactly who you want him to be, or a woman to walk up in your life and be exactly who you basically want, you know, her to be. And you don't got that. You don't got that. This, to me, is like a simple case of somebody wanting to be in a relationship with someone really badly, because that's they really want to fucking be with you really, really badly. The problem is that they're just so like, they just don't got what it takes, you know what I mean, to create and sustain a relationship. There's just a lot that this person needs to learn and understand when it comes down to being in a relationship. Like, this is that type of person that like will literally sit here and do things within a relationship that they shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? That they just shouldn't be doing. That's just outright disrespectful. You know what I mean? But see, they don't understand that. They don't understand that. Like, to them, it's like, whatever. But to you, it's like, yo, that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? But to them, it's like, no, it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not disrespectful. But it is. You know what I mean? And let's say, for a perfect example, if you were dealing with a King of Pentacles like energy, well, this is that type of person that knows better. They know better. They know better. They know better. The things that this person does that's disrespectful, but they look at it like, oh, that's not disrespectful, but it is disrespectful. They just don't realize that it's disrespectful. This one over here knows that shit's disrespectful, so they're not going to do it. You see what I mean? But see, by the time they get to this point where they're realizing, you know what, I need to really change because I can't lose Gemini. I have to change and I have to be this person and I need to stop fucking around. That's when I see them becoming who you want them to be. But by that time, you're not going to want to take your damn chances on this person. And nobody blames you for not wanting to take your chances on them. Nobody blames you. Nobody blames you. But that's the unfortunate part of this ending, is that I see them changing. And I see them becoming the person that you've been fighting and arguing with them to be. But I think that by the time they do change, you're just going to look at them like, yeah, nah, I'm not going to give you another chance. I'm not going to give you another chance because you're just going to hurt me again. You're just going to disappoint me again. And you know what? Fuck that. I'd rather just walk away. And you rather live with that than to give this person another chance. And to be honest, nobody blames you. Nobody blames you. So then there's that, dude. Then there's that. But it's like, yo, I'm telling you, like, this person kind of like reminds me of like a teenager. Yeah, because there was like one incident where it kind of like, I was just like, yo, these teenagers, I tell you, my niece's friend, she's like, you know, in a relationship with some guy or whatever, and like, this guy does certain things like within his relationship with my niece's friend that like anybody will look at the situation and be like, yo, that person's not serious about you. Person's not serious about you. Like, this is that type of dude that will literally turn around and say, I care about you, and do everything under the sun to show you, you know what I mean, that he doesn't actually fucking care. You know what I mean? And it's like anybody like would literally sit back and look at that situation and be like, yeah, that person doesn't care about you. Just because they say they care about you doesn't mean that they do, because if their actions are constantly telling you they don't care, they don't care, they don't care, they don't care, like, you would think, you know what I mean, that person would put two and two together and say, all right, this person doesn't care about me. Time to go. You know what I mean? But they remind me of a teenager. Like, this is that type of person that'll sit there and be like, yo, I care about you. But then they'll sit there, like, you know what I mean, and do certain things to cause you to think that they don't, to cause you to believe that they don't. But see, the difference between this person and this kid that I'm talking about is that they actually do a lot to show you that they care about you, to show you that they value you, to show you that they appreciate you. But I feel like there's like certain times where this person does things to show you that they don't care about you, that, you know, they, you know, don't love you. You know what I mean? I feel like this person does, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to give it to them. I feel like this person does far more good things for you and within this dynamic that they share with you than they do bad things. Don't get me wrong, they do some bad things, you know what I mean? Or they do certain things within this relationship that you don't necessarily like and or approve of. But I feel like this person does far more good in this relationship than they do bad. Look at it as like, look at it through this perspective. I feel like 80% of the time, this person is doing good within this dynamic that they share with you. 80% of the time, this person is making you happy. It's just that 20 fucking percent where it's like this person does certain things that you think is disrespectful, that you don't necessarily like, that you don't necessarily approve of, that causes you to overthink absolutely everything when it comes down to them and their intentions, you know, with you, and the words that come out of this person's mouth when they say that they love you and they say that they care about you. It's like you tend to sit there and question, is that true? Because if it is true, why are they doing this? You see what I mean? This person makes you happy 80% of the time, but that 20%, yo, it's just like, it makes you overthink everything. It makes you question everything. And I don't think that you like that. And considering the fact that you are an air sign, you're very cerebral. You need that person that's going to bring peace, especially to your mind. You need that person that you know you can trust, because when y'all are with somebody that you guys can't trust, you find yourself going crazy, you find yourself overthinking things, you find yourself full of anxiety and experiencing panic attack after panic attack. And this is why it's so important for all air signs, because you guys are so cerebral and you guys live in your head, to be with somebody who brings peace to your mind. When you're dealing with somebody who does not bring peace to your mind, you're going to feel like you're going crazy. You're going to feel like, you know, you're losing your mind. You're going to feel very anxious, very nervous, very anxiety ridden. You're going to find yourself overthinking things and worrying about things and but what if this and what if that. And this is why it's so important for you guys to end up with somebody that you guys feel like you can honestly trust. But most importantly, somebody is going to bring peace into your mind, who's not going to make you second guess absolutely everything under the sun. Like I said, does this person really want to be with you? Absolutely. Hands down. They absolutely do want to be with you. That's not the freaking problem, though. The problem is that they don't have what it takes to create and sustain a healthy relationship with you, because they lack the experience and they lack the knowledge and they lack the wisdom, and because of their level of, you know, immaturity. Now, none of this is their fault. You know what I mean? We're all here to live and learn. You know what I mean? None of this is their fault. They just don't know any better. And that, technically speaking, is not their fault. You know what I mean? I just feel like you just are far more mature than this person. I think you have far more life experience than this person. I think that you have a better understanding of what it's going to require and take of you in order to create and sustain a healthy relationship. They just don't understand that just yet, or have the knowledge just yet, you know, to know what it takes, you know, to create and sustain a healthy relationship. They just don't know. And that's, you know, it's technically not their fault. You know what I mean? That they don't know. I feel like they just need a little bit more life experience. And yeah, I just feel like this person needs a little bit more life experience and a little bit more growing up that they need to do in order to actually have that with a person. All right, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.